Hey guys, so the banners are live for Lrui Goku as well as LR Evolution Blue Vegeta. And, you know, obviously the biggest question people have right now, at least that I've seen overall, is, you know, which banner is better? Which banner should I summon on? So we're going to take a look at these banners as well as compare them to previous banners that we've gotten over the course of the past year. Have the best banners that we've gotten, you know, last year's anniversary banners as well as the Worldwide Download Celebration banners, because those are, you know, the best celebrations that we get typically throughout the year that have the most enticing banners, the most value banners that we get. So it's natural that we compare, you know, this year to last year. And while obviously the quality of the unit has gone up, you know, just due to natural power creep in this game, I think it's still fair to be able to compare this year's banners to last year's anniversary banners. And then, you know, sort of the second half of this video, the second part of this video, I'm going to be going through what Global has left to do, what banners Global has left to get before we get to this point in the anniversary, because if you guys don't know, I'm going to get asked this, I'm going to just tell you right now, the anniversary for Global is in July. July 7th, around there is when we get these banners on Global. So we get about a little bit less than 5.5 months to go for Global. So if you're somebody who's you know, anxiously waiting for these banners, we do have a long time. And I know the hype is mostly for JP right now, but we'll get there eventually, so keep your head up. So let's start looking at the UI Goku banner, because this banner, obviously this and the Vegeta banner, 4 featured LRs. Now we saw this as well with the Worldwide Download Celebration banners, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then we had the third year fusions on this one as well. And then same thing with this one. We have Boo-Tank's LR, you know, Vegeta's an LR, Gohan's the LR, and then we had, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on this one as well. So these are the second Dual Dokkan Fest banners to have 4 featured LRs on both. But I think, because prior to this, I would have argued that this is probably the best banner that ever released in terms of a Dokkan Fest, not counting like step-ups or anything guaranteed like that. But I would argue that this is probably the best banner ever, because, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, all very, very top-tier characters, all these LRs. Tien, ridiculous. This Gotenks is very good. This Goku's very good. And then even the Super Vegeta, while he's a little old, is you know, he's still good. This guy's good with his EZA, and then this guy's sort of like the only one that wasn't really that great, but for beginners, he's good. So we're going to compare sort of these banners as well as the last year's anniversary banners to the new ones. We take a look at last year's anniversary banners, and these anniversary banners had 3 LRs on them. So, you know, initially the value is a little bit lower than these ones that we have this year, because these ones have 4 LRs on them. It even tells you right here 4. So let's just take a look at this. So the new LR, obviously, I mean, I would argue that at the time these banners came out for the 5th year anniversary, these were the 2 best units. You know, Vegeta and Gogeta. Super Battle Road definitely played a huge factor in, I think, their ranking falling a lot, with the introduction of Extreme Super Battle Road being the biggest culprit of that. But still phenomenal units even today. Cell was very good. He had Gogeta and Broly. They're definitely a little bit older now, but still very usable. Tech Gogeta was kind of like eh. You had Int Gogeta, who now is very good. So is Omega, and so is this guy. So the only like sort of like shaky unit, I guess, is this guy. And then on the Vegeta side, you had both Zamasu and Trunks returning. Super Buu is like the only A unit on here. And then this guy, I mean, this guy's like okay. He's pretty good with ZZA, but nothing crazy. This guy's crazy with his EZA. This guy's, again, sort of like mid-level, but everyone else is pretty solid. So nothing really like trashy on these banners. So if you pull down, you get a featured animation, and you know you're getting a featured unit, you know you're gonna walk away with something that's good, unless you obviously can't use it because you already have a rainbow. So let's just take a quick look at these banners. So we have the new Lrui Goku, who I think it's pretty safe to say he is the most dominant looking unit on paper that we have currently. He has a 70% chance to dodge right off the bat. He gets defense from dodging. He already enters the turn with 150% attack and defense, so he's literally stacking a 30% multiplier on top of his defense, his defensive value before he dodges. So after you dodge one time, you're pretty much untouchable. On top of that, he has a 50% chance to perform a critical hit when he super attacks. He has a medium chance to launch an additional super attack. He has a revival skill, which is tough to get. You know, it's not like I'm not going to sit here and say it's like a guaranteed revival. It's not, because you have to fulfill the conditions to get that, and it's not super easy. But it is there, and he has an active skill as well. So does Vegeta. They have like all these crazy abilities. that make them just ridiculous. So to me, these two feel like they are the most dominant units in the game. This Goku and this Evolution Blue Vegeta do. So I would sort of put them on that, like, you know, super exclusive tier. Bootanks, I would also put him on that same level, but I don't think Bootanks is as dominant as somebody like this Goku. The Goku turn 1 comes in and he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna beat the game myself. That's what he does. But you know, Bootank clearly very powerful unit. The other LRs, like Gohan is good. Probably one of the better leader skills in the game. They literally just talked about on the anniversary, the anniversary live stream, how the Kamehameha team is like the most popular team to run by far. And then the other LR we have is Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who again leads one of the better teams in the game, Goku's family. Still a very powerful unit. Once we start getting more GT characters, like, you know, we're eventually going to get an LR Omega Shenron or a Sin Shenron transforming into Omega, you know, transforming Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, fusing Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So, like, there's a million different GT things that are coming where this guy will get buffs inevitably by that, as well as, you know, easy A's to the existing GT units that we have. So, overall, take a look at this banner. The new Gohan is very good. Beerus is still crazy good. This guy is still solid. Kaioken Blue Goku links up super well with all these Universal Rival Saga units, notably the new Lrui Goku. This guy is pretty much the only unit on the banner that's like a little bit even though he aged pretty well. I would argue that this guy hits like over 3 million attacks. That's at link level 10. He's solid defense, and he's honestly not horrible. It's solid leader skill. You know, Realm of God, you can never go wrong with that leader skill. And then Frieza, I would say people hate on this guy a lot, when in reality he's actually pretty good because of the debuffs that he inflicts on his enemies, but he also inflicts on your allies, which I think is the only downside to him. So these two down here are like the ones that you kind of don't want to see pop up for you, right? Unless you're like a very new player and you could use them. But 4 LRs on this banner means that 40% of the time when you're pulling a featured unit, you're pulling an LR, which is crazy. And they're all super top tier. I mean, this guy, Bootanks, Gohan, and Goku, they're all really good. Vegeta's banner, I initially looked at the art because this art actually leaked yesterday. Well, not leaked, but it was shown off yesterday due to various sources. And initially it looked like Vegeta's banner was going to be better than Goku's because of the fact that you have the Yester Vegeta on here, who's, you know, crazy good. Cell, I would say, is probably better than Gohan. Vegeta and Goku are pretty similar. I mean, they're almost the same exact unit, with like 1 or 2 slight differences. And then we weren't sure who was going to be better between Vegeta and the Goku here, so we couldn't tell as of then. I would say, as of seeing the unit's kits, that I do like Goku better than Vegeta, but Vegeta is like right there. He is very close in terms of power to this Goku. The only thing I'll say about Goku is he seems much more dominant defensively than Vegeta does, but Vegeta is really still really powerful defensively as well. So it's not like he's slacking. When you compare a unit to the, like, what I consider probably the best unit in the game at this point, from a bunch of different angles, it's hard to make them look as good as him, but he is really crazy good. So you have him. You have the STR Vegeta, who, by the way, is a unit that I've seen. Okay, so the God of Destruction event that came out with this anniversary is, I would say, the hardest event in the game at this point. And I've seen maybe 4 or 5 different people on YouTube post clears of each stage. And in a lot of those stages, guess who people are using? They're using this STR Vegeta. So he is very helpful in defeating one of the hardest stages in the game. They're like top 3, 4, 5 unit in the game, at least. So them being on this banner is a huge win. Obviously, Vegeta's top 3 in the game. This STR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is still really good. And then you have the LR Cell, who is like a Super Battle Road decimator. Like, he's crazy good in Super Battle Road. The Link level update really helped him out a lot. So these banners obviously are crazy good. The new Golden Frieza and Ultimate Gohan are very powerful. They're a good unit to run alongside, Goku and Frieza LR. Because of the fact that they have solid support, you can float them off. They're a support unit as well. They guard, like, they do a lot. So they're very good. Kefla, I'm not a huge fan of Kefla, but she still is a really good unit. This Vegeta is probably one of the more underrated Dokkan Fest exclusives. He's crazy good. He hits like 4 million attack stats for me all the time. This Evolution Blue Vegeta is old. He's been on a million banners, but he's still very good. 17 is very good. He's obviously on here because of the fact that he supports all these Universal Rival Saga teams, the Universal 7 team. And then we have Hit, who, he's not awful, but he's not great. I think if you pull Hit, you kind of could have pulled a better unit. Like, he's the one you really don't want to see pop up, but he's not, like, horrible. So I think when you look at both of these banners, the number one thing I want to say is you really can't go wrong with pulling either one of these banners because they're both crazy, crazy good. Especially when you compare them to, like, these banners up until this point were like the best banners ever in terms of just normal dual Dokkan best banners. Now I would argue with like absolute certainty that these are now the best banners ever. Like, this lineup is like absurd. If you're a new player and you pull anything, you already won. So it's really hard to decide. I think if I was going to pick a banner that I think is better than the other, I think I would shy more towards the Goku banner. The big swing for me is the fact that if you pull this Goku, he can carry you through any event very easily. Like, he's there, he's gonna dominate. He just seems so dominant to me. And Vegeta also is dominant, but he doesn't feel like dominant in the same way as the Goku is. It's just, I don't know. Then you also have this guy who's like, you know, up there as well, but so is Boo-Tanks. It's super, super close. If you had like a gun to my head, I would probably pick Goku's banner. I would say prioritize this banner. This guy is actually pretty important for the team because it was links, if nothing else. That's pretty much it, because if you take a look at this banner, I mean, Universe Survival Saga units is what you really want to build with these guys. I guess 17 could help you with that, because he's a support unit. That's actually a pretty important unit to pick up if you want to run that team. But I would say as a general rule, like, this is who you want to pull. He's just so good. Like, he's unbelievable. So again, very, very slight edge I would give to the Goku banner, but it's like razor close. It's honestly, it comes down to personal choice. I would say that at the end of the day. There's not one clear winner in my opinion. And then lastly, Global's banner, I guess, sort of schedule going up to the anniversary. We have like a little bit over 5 months until the anniversary drops. So we clearly do not have 5 months worth of banners dropping. We have Turles' banner, who's going to come, I think, after Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's banner, because this is already announced. This is already coming out like tomorrow, or like a day and a half from now. So this is guaranteed the next banner we're getting. Then we're probably getting Turles' banner, and then after that, I think we're going to jump into Bojack. And then after Bojack is when Saiyan Day will happen. That should be a same time celebration if we're going by what happened last year as well as the year before. So that's going to sort of wrap up March, and then we're moving into April, which should bring us the Pikkon and Janemba banners. This is like a complete skip. Don't worry about these. What at the very least, maybe, or at the most, I would say, is use your red coins for the blue fusions if you want to pick up a copy of each or one or the other, and then just skip these banners because they're not worth summoning on so close to the anniversary. But after that, it's pretty much nothing. So I think what will happen is we'll get these banners in April. We'll get a global first in March, or not in March, in May of something. I'm sure it's gonna be something hype. Like, what if it's like a Broly and Paragus exchange unit where like Broly crushes the pod and he goes like legendary Super Saiyan or something? I don't know, something like that. Like something super hype is definitely gonna come to global in May. I'm telling you right now. But then you have these banners, and like I just said, these are like some of the best banners ever. I'm not going to tell you how to budget your stones, or I'm not going to say, oh, don't summon on this banner, don't summon on this. You can do what you want, but, you know, just keep in mind that these banners are very, very good, and I assume a lot of people are, you know, are stuck in the hype of the JP anniversary right now. Even if you're a global player, you're seeing all the hype that's going on, and that's it. Like, you see what's going on, you can make your own decision, but I would recommend, if you can, you want to save for these banners, but if you can't wait, that's understandable. It's 5 months from now. You got to summon on something, I think. You got to have fun somehow. But that's pretty much all I have to say for this. Let me know down below what you guys think of these banners. And with that said, I will see you guys all in the next one.